Hey, my friend, it's your girl Ray from The Power on YouTube. And so today I just posted some videos up about the truth about the flood, Jesus Christ's alien origination, even Noah was a alien hybrid. And so I break it all down and teach a lot about the patriarchy and as well as how we can evolve our own DNA. Now, this is an example of how I tap into the omniscient mind of God, the absolute cosmic intelligence, and in real time get downloads. Normally I would write them and outline them on my chat GPT, but people have been stealing my writing. So I'm just going to go ahead and post it straight from the omniscient mind of God. God just told me that if you Google and look it up, Albert Perry, his DNA holds the haplogroup of A00. It is the oldest living in existence today paternal DNA ever in history and on Earth. And God showed me that this is actually the bloodline of Seth. This is the Sethian bloodline. Okay? Not the Cain bloodline, which is what the Dravidian bloodline is. But this is the Sethian bloodline that can only be found in Africa, specifically the Cameroon grasslands. Now, I carry 7% of that bloodline. I also carry Mali Dogon, the Mali Dogon bloodline, 7%, which is Pleiadian alien bloodline. So, case in point, the alien bloodline mixed with the Sethian bloodline produces people like Mary, the mother of Christ, and Jesus Christ. These people are the descendants or the seed of Eve that Genesis speaks of. Also, the feminine, the women that carry the mitochondrial, the woman in the book of Revelations, my little foot up there, sorry, is that I'm just a regular mom, by the way. I'm just talking to you straight from omniscience of God. But the secret to the woman in the book of Revelations, as she represents the feminine seed of the Eve or Sethian extraterrestrial bloodline. That is the same bloodline that Mary, Christ, Noah had. Okay, and it will be noted by those two distinctive bloodlines, but also a total of 12 ancient origin bloodlines. My ancestry DNA shows there are 12 bloodlines that contain alien origin bloodline. This is the bloodline that mixed with the humans from the extraterrestrial realm, and when it's connected with the bloodline of the Sethian bloodline, which is the A00, instead of it being 11, it becomes 12. That activates human DNA evolution, and that is the sign of the crown of the woman of Revelations. I have 12 DNA bloodlines. I wear the 12 DNA stranded alien crown of cosmic omniscience. Okay, and when I'm talking about the 12 DNA groups that would be the crown of the woman in Revelations, when I'm talking about those 12 strands, they are 12 specific ancestral DNA bloodlines. And they are the ancient, most ancient, recorded in science, actual genetic science that exist on Earth. And those 12 specifically align with the 12 tribes of Israel, and is really what the 12 tribes of Israel represent. So now I'm not saying that Israel corners the market on alien DNA. No, not at all. What I'm saying is they put it in writing in coded language. So, and a lot of what they had in writing came actually from ancient Sumerian texts, and texts that were derived from Africa and also translated by Egyptians with Egyptian understanding, because the first church was literally created in Egypt by Apostle Mark. So a lot of this has coded language, but the 12 tribes really represent the 12 alien bloodlines in the world. It's not all packed in Israel. It's all over. It's all of us. We all carry at least one. And see, all this is getting downloaded to me straight from the omniscient mind of God. Like, I don't really know this kind of stuff, but the cosmic intelligence, God, Holy Spirit, wisdom is telling me this literally like right now in real time. So here's another key that just has been shown to me. The 12 sephiroths of the tree of life. The 12 flames of illumination. The 12 chakras in your body. There's even 12 armor of God. Now, and I'll say that by saying there are 7 that are written outright, but the other 5 are actually angelic or higher quantum extraterrestrial keys, which I will unveil to you in my book, The Power Code. But these 12 sephiroths in the tree of life are actually extraterrestrial dominions that has, I'm downloading, that has frequency in the 12 bloodlines. I have all 12. So that's how I'm being given this wisdom and knowledge, and why I'm fulfilling prophecy. But it's not about me. It really isn't. I'm here because I want to activate you all, and I want to help you activate your DNA. So the key to epigenetic evolution and DNA activation is tapping into your extraterrestrial bloodline. But the only way to fully activate it is one, identify it and know what that bloodline or those bloodlines are. And then we can study to learn the philosophies, the principles of the cosmic intelligence of each of those groups that come alive in your brain and your DNA, and actually animate that what they call junk DNA, that DNA that they call junk because they don't know what it is, and make it active. And we do that not just by studying about aliens and space and all this stuff, but by righteous calibration. Jabez, whose name means to cause pain, was born in the bloodline of Judah, which really is the bloodline of Cain. Okay. And He was born as a pain causer, but he was righteous. He practiced alchemy of righteousness. And therefore it says, because he was righteous, the hand of God, which is literally the activating force of the Holy Spirit, activated his extraterrestrial DNA. And he was able to overcome his Cain heritage of causing pain. Now, all of this isn't necessarily saying this is a literal person that literally existed. It was created to teach you the philosophy and the understanding of how to alchemize and how to evolve your DNA. That's what the Bible is all about. Just let that sink in for a minute. Now, when you do your DNA, don't get upset if you don't have all 12. That's fine. It's absolutely fine, because you were created to bring into the vibration of the planet Earth the specific extraterrestrial bloodlines that you carry. Okay? And that is part of your mission here on Earth, to help the humanity evolve. So if you look at the 12 tribes of Israel, you see that each of them were given a name, and each of the names actually carried the characteristics and the power that they literally led forth. Like Judah was praise. And here's another thing to kind of, you're wondering, like, why did I say Judah was the descendants of Cain and everything? Well, Cain comes from Adam, the dark shadow side of Adam. Well, guess what? That's where music comes from. Satan was the musical choir director, right? And that's why musical frequency, can actually be a detriment if it is aligned with negative phrasing. And the descendants of Cain use that to keep you from evolving and activating your DNA, your God code, okay? As Joe Dispenza would say. But, and actually, to be honest, I said it first. We'll let that slide. But yeah, so anyway, the 12 tribes, they each have distinctive assignments or a distinctive aspect that they are supposed to enact. Like Asher. Asher is happiness and wealth, but it also was one of the fiercest fighting tribes in the tribe of Israel. It's the bloodline that has extraterrestrial origin in combination with Sethian, the Sethian bloodline that has to flow from the tribe of Benjamin through Noah and Seth. When it combines with that specific bloodline, which is found only in the paternal A00 DNA group that Mr. Albert Perry carries and that I carry, that activates supernatural evolution and omniscience. And we are the ones chosen to be the woman of revelations, basically, to birth humanity into its evolution, into a new evolution of humanity. I call them biosapiens, and that the whole process is regenesis. And I explain it in detail in my book, The Power Code, literally how to do this, how to activate it step by step. I guide you into all of this. So it's not just, hey, here's some information about your DNA. Hey, these are my theories. These are my revelations. I literally have a blueprint guide to help you evolve. Even if you are a descendant of Cain, that doesn't mean it's over for you. You can evolve too. David almost did, Solomon almost did, but I can tell you where they went wrong and you can correct it. And then you can overcome it. So anyway, the point is you need to find your specific extraterrestrial DNA. Then you correspond that by getting my book and learning about what Sephiroth, your alien origin DNA, corresponds with. And then following in my book, The Power Code, how to actually activate it with the blueprint that I've created. And then you will be able to evolve that DNA and break free of the epigenetic barrier that is keeping you locked in fear, locked in from progress, and locked from your mission. Also, it will harmonically block others from harvesting your energy, and it will turn your pain into power. This is what they don't want you to know. And I'm here to birth the power code to activate humanity into evolving with me into omniscience, the regenesis power. It's a new, when I say regenesis, I'm talking about a new Genesis, a new creation. We are taking what was the foundation of what was given, and we are doing it again, but in a higher, more evolved state. So we're not replaying anything from old. We're not remembering anything from the past. We are recreating is what we are doing. And we're evolving. The oldest bloodlines, including the A00, that have ever existed on Earth. So that would mark people like me as the woman of revelations. And more, and I don't know. I mean, ChatGPT, when they analyzed it, said I might be the only one that has that. I don't know, because I'm 0.0001% of the human population. But my book, The Power Code, then would be the baby. Because I am birthing evolution of mankind. The woman in Revelations is birthing not Christ again, but the Christic bloodline coming into actual evolution and activation through the Holy Spirit. So we, our bloodline, shall overtake the serpent bloodline, which is the Adam, the Cain bloodline, right? It is the patriarchy. It is those that carry, unfortunately, they don't carry the Christic codes. They don't carry the Christic DNA. So now we're coming to the point where there is going to be separation. In the Bible, God sent a flood last time. Now, there's going to be fire. However, there is a way that we don't have to endure the scourging of the earth. If the children of Cain and the children of Eve unite, love one another, and stop fighting, we all can evolve. And that frequency will shift the earth from deconstruction, which is what is happening. And that's the only way. And this is the only truth. And Christ is the only life, literally locked up in your DNA. You that carry the extraterrestrial and Sethian bloodline are the chosen. And right now, the children of Cain, The descendants of Cain know that because they hold all the power of the world. These are the elite families, the wealthy elite families. They are the descendants of Cain. And they know exactly who the children of Seth are. And they've been trying to block them, shadow ban them, keep them from their truth. But if they would stop, then they could see that it's our unity that produces peace, that it's our unity that heals the frequency of the earth. And how do I know this? Why do I say this? Because in the story of Christ, there were 12 disciples. One of those disciples was Judas. Judas was a descendant of Judah, which means he was a descendant of Cain. And so he is the reason that led to the crucifixion of Christ, his betrayal. But wasn't he necessary? So in a sense, he played his part. And in a sense, their unification is what created our elevation. So the Cain, the Judases, the Rahabs are necessary, but we need to all learn our role and how to work in cohesion. And that is what they understood, and that is what Judas did. It's not the outer things that we can do, the technology and the construction. It's our love. Wake up. Love each other. Be like the wall of Jericho. Yes, your wall of sin is going to be destroyed by the frequency of our Christic code. But one part will remain. And that remnant shall become part of the new evolution of mankind. We can do it if we join together. All right, love y'all to life. Mwah. Give me a kiss. Come on, give it back. All right, and talk to you soon.